Before finding out information about my dad, I had done some research on my mother's side of the family, who are from Canada. And back in 2006, we had a family reunion. So I put together a book, 88 pages. We had close to 145 family members at the time. And now we were supposed to have a reunion in 2020, which got postponed due to COVID. And we're close to 190 to 200 members. So I finished that book last year. But as I had done a 23andMe DNA test back in January of 2019, and by a year later I found 4 second cousins back in the Northeast on my dad's side. And within less than 10 days, once we got on a group chat on email, sharing photos and information, within about 10 days, we were able to determine that we were all related. And those 4 cousins didn't know each other. And so from that point on, we started asking questions and sharing pictures and information. And now I think we have over 100 living relatives on my dad's side. Back in the Northeast, in New York and Boston, New Jersey and everything. So it's been eye-opening. And since my brother Alan found the photo of my dad at the Frye company, and we determined that it was November of 1931, I started digging and doing research, and that just went through all sorts of twists and turns, and I got into a lot of rabbit holes that took a long time for me to climb out of, but we did a lot of research there, and I found out so much information about my dad when he got into Seattle in 1928, and from that point on until he married my mom in 1946. We knew the story after 1946, but not before. And so just in the last, I guess, 5 months, we've been able to determine a lot about my dad working at the Frye, working as a manager printer at the Chinese Star Printing Company in Chinatown, which later became the Chinese Nationalist Party headquarters. And just recently, with the help of the staff at the Wing Luke Museum, who sent me an article showing a picture of my dad and identifying him as the past chairman of the party, which none of us in the family knew about. And just yesterday, I went online and found a draft registration form that my dad applied for the draft. I think every male had to apply for it during World War II, and I found that yesterday. So it's never ending, and I think everybody should look into their family and start asking questions now, because I regret never asking my dad questions when he was alive, or even my mom, who passed away in 2016. I regret not asking more detailed questions. So that's what I would recommend to everybody. As we all get older, we know we only have so many years left, and I wanted to leave something for my family long after I'm gone. And I do this detailed research, and I keep those notes because in looking at my ancestors and family records, they were not very detailed. And so I wanted to provide all that information so someone 20, 30 years from now, if they have the resources and the patience, that they can dig through that, but they have the details. You know, the dates of birth, where they were born, their full names and everything. So they have that information and they can dig deeper. But I'm hoping to leave this as a legacy for my families, both on my mom's side and my dad's side. So, well, I think my superpower is I like to dig, I like to research, and I know who to ask for information. If I don't know it, I know who to ask to get information. But yeah, I would recommend to everybody, start researching your ancestors now, especially your relatives who are still living right now. Ask them questions. My God, I learned so much about my dad's life before he married my mom, and I had no idea. So I'm glad at least before I die, I found that information out. Well, I guess I better write my own obituary, because only I know the truth. And I've told my brothers that they cannot write my obituary because they can't even get my birthday right. So, so they're not allowed to write it.